Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 10/28/2024. This is my third day in a row doing a video. I've been getting up really early in the mornings and I've been writing down a lot of stuff, so I feel like I want to put them on video form, my thoughts. And so I've been enjoying doing that. I'm not getting great response from it, but I've been enjoying it, so I'm going to keep doing it. My topic for today is gossip. Gossip is very prevalent in our society, and I think that we've really lost focus collectively as a society with our morality, our social morality. Gossip is sin. It should be looked upon as sin. It is using your own intent. And the problem with gossip is it has power. As we gossip, that gossip turns into narrative, and that narrative has social impact, especially when you are speaking to others. And what's really important to understand is, in my opinion, gossip is sinful, whether with positive or negative intent. You can believe that you are spreading gossip in God's name, but that's, according to what I understand of it, that's not true. Spreading God's name is basically the good news, spreading God's good work, the contribution to spreading God's good work. And I suppose that you could say that praising someone else in a godly way could be showing that, but that's very slippery. You have to be very careful with that because you're making the interpretation. So I think it's just more about spreading the idea of Jesus, the good news. That's what the gospel is. That's what gospel means, good news. So that brought me to news. So good news is faith. Bad news is gossip. So when we hear and see gossip, that is sinful. But judgmental is not going to correct action. Very strange situation. So when we engage in gossip, we work against God and we work with the devil. That's not to say that we will never engage in gossip, but it is important for us to understand it. The way we walk, the way we speak, what we do and how we do it, and what we think and what we dream and what we love and what we hate, this sends physical waves. This is our intent, our action, even in our thoughts. And we give off vibration. We speak the sound, the tone, the intent. I'm trying to give relevance to this in my life. And yesterday I heard a lot of narratives. That's what is like the reflection or the voice of the gossip. And the basic narrative yesterday that I heard was that modern man, is essentially a third child for a parental system, like a mother and a father and a child. For the mother, the narrative was that the father is essentially a third child. And I didn't even negatively react to it because as they were talking about it, I had the realization that I was out of sync all day. And what I have found is when you're out of sync, you start looking at why you are out of sync. Is there something that I have done to cause me to be out of sync? And it just so happens that there are a lot of dirty dishes in my sink that have been there for far too long. To give a modest estimation, it's been 2 weeks. Now, the dishes have been rinsed, so they are essentially, they're not giving off smell. They don't stink. So I've just been working around them. And then my laundry, I've lost complete control of my laundry. So I'm listening to these narratives about how men are just children, and I'm reflecting on myself. And it literally would take me 20 minutes to clean those dishes, and 20-minute increments of me doing laundry to be done in really minimal amount of time. So I could make that the narrative of who I am right now because it is evident in my life, but that doesn't define who I am. That's just an element. But whenever you direct things into that way, that becomes a story, and it has an effect. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that lingered on me all day, and that's just me thinking about it. When people talk about it, it becomes more powerful. It makes me think and feel like I'm a hypocrite when I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And so that's kind of my correlation here. When we speak of other people, we invoke them without their consent. Actually, when we think of other people, when we do it, when we're just thinking of them, we're invoking them. So we should be mindful of that as well, because it's not with their consent. And we all are living collectively in the same place, even when we're not physically near each other. There is only one of all of us. So there's only one you, and there's only one me. When someone says the name David, they may think of many different people. But when they think of me as David, the focus of energy intensifies. Prayer is intent, thought. Prayer is what we want. When we speak, we are acting. We are physically engaging. When we speak of other people, we are acting on the world stage, like Shakespeare. When we speak of others, it is recorded. There is no corner that will go unnoticed, because even the quietest whisper can be heard. And if it is heard, it has been received. This is why we should not speak ill of others, even our enemies. Do not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So that got me into lie. Yesterday I talked about chaos and how chaos has opposite meanings. The origin of chaos is void and emptiness, and my idea of chaos through my life has been chaotic, which is the opposite. I found that very interesting this morning when I looked into the etymology of lie, and then I looked at definitions. And the first definition of lie, so when you think of lie, you think of untruth. I do anyways. That's the context I was in. But then I looked it up, and it goes straight into the physicality of lie. So lie has two definitions, the physicality and then the idea of lie, the metaphysical. And the first definition of the physicality has 4 parts. So I did an outline, and I think from this I decided that I am going to start doing my notes in outline form. I think that will help with my presentation. So I'm going to work on columns and indentation and using the Roman numerals. That is my next project for tomorrow if I decide to do a video tomorrow. But we're going to get into lie. So on the definition of the physicality of lie, 1A, lie. Assume a horizontal or resting position on a supporting surface. Lie. Rest on a flat surface. Rest flat on a surface. Motionless. That's lie. That's true. So then they had some sentences used in context, and I thought some of them were interesting, so I went ahead and wrote those down. The first is, his body lies in a crypt. So then we have 1B, which is the second part of the physicality definition. Lie, to be, remain. Be kept in a specific place, specific state, stationary. So then the 2 examples are, the church lies in ruin. The solution lies lies in the return to family values. Lie, flat. 1C of physicality of lie. To be situated in a specific position or direction. And then the sentence for this one is, the small town of Swampscott lies about 10 miles north of Boston. Now I want to look up what Swampscott's all about. I'm going to do that. I bet there's something there. But anyways, so that's where it lies. It's a specific truth. It's a position. That's where it's at. And then the other sentence is, stand here and all of Amsterdam lies before you. I've never really looked into Amsterdam that much. I'm sure there's something very important about Amsterdam. Is it named after a dam? Was it a dam? All right, so then 1D or ID of physicality of lie. Be admissible or sustainable. An action for restitution would lie for many paid in breach of the law. So I guess it's what is the placeholder for restitution. Is that money? Money's a lie. That's hilarious. All right, so then noun of lie. Instead of the verb lie, the noun of the physicality lie is the way, direction, position in which something lies. The sentence they use as a example, he was familiarizing himself with the lie of the streets, understanding where you're at. The truth is lie. And then they have a little thing on golf, because I'm a big golfer, I'll bring that in. The position of a golf ball comes to rest, especially in regards to the ease of the next shot, where it lies, where the ball lies. And their example is, the lie in deep rough on a bank was not good. But when you have a bad lie, you have an opportunity to hit a great shot. And my most memorable moments in golf were great shots from very difficult lies. So a lie is true in physicality. But in the metaphysical, a lie is false witness. It's just strange how the programming of us with the chaos and lie, the double meanings, how does the meaning flip? I'm going to try to land the plane here on a level, stationary, horizontal surface and park it motionless. There are many definitions of lie. All gossip is a lie. It's untrue. Even the good, the praise. The truth is where it lies, within every individual. When you speak of another, you invoke without consent. You lie. Be mindful. Where you are is your life. What you say is your life. What you do changes your lie. Every shot you hit. Law of relativity. I brought it back to law of relativity. It is perspective, your reference frame, acknowledgement of self. Narratives are formed from gossip. Gospel is the good news. If you're going to outlet the good news, not the gossip. We have free will to engage in gossip or spread the good news as disciples. That is what the original good news was done, was spread through disciples. You can have a great impact by making very simple steps. Do great, be great. Try not to talk about other people without their consent.